Yo, this is Real Talking E. Welcome to the locker room. We talk nothing but basketball. Now, I know y'all watched the game yesterday, the Celtics versus Heat, and I know everybody was upset because everybody expected the Celtics to win at least one of these games at home, and it did not happen. Point is, we had the Celtics versus the Heat yesterday, and the Celtics disappointed so bad. Like, it was terrible. Like, so much so that I was mad for them. And to be honest, I'm not really a Celtics fan. I like the team, I like the players. I'm just not a Celtics fan, but I'm not a Heat fan either. In fact, I like the Celtics a little more than the Heat. And yesterday, I just felt bad. Like, there was no way in my mind that the Celtics were going to lose game two before game two started. Once game two started, I was like, yeah, this is a Celtics loss right here. I mean, to start off the first quarter, the first half alone, it was just a game of runs. This game was not like a whole bunch of back to back, like score for score, shot for shot. It was really just a game of runs. And to start it off, the Heat go on a run. They're up by 6 in the first quarter. Second quarter comes. Celtics go on a run. It's like a 21-2 run. They take like a 12-point lead. And then in the third quarter, I believe it was, the Heat go on a 19-2 run. And now they take, I don't remember if it was a 6 or 8 point lead. But something like that. And at that point, I'm thinking it's over. Eventually, the Celtics lock in. And Jason Tatum goes off. Like in that third quarter, he goes off for 15 points. 15 out of his 34 points. And he pretty much ties the game. We go to the fourth quarter. Now it's a close game. In fact, I think the Celtics are up at this point. And this is when it was really back and forth, and it wasn't really a game of runs. There was a lot of, back and forth scoring. Jimmy Butler, this is when he really took over the game. This is when he was really putting his imprint. This is when his steals really came in to hurt the Celtics, especially down the stretch when the Celtics have been struggling. I mean, they would call the timeout, drew up a play, and then came out of the timeout, and Jason Tatum pretty much almost turned it over 2 times, and the third time, Marcus Smart, like, he slipped or tripped or something like that. He somehow got the ball to Jason Tatum, and the Celtics score. But it took 3 tries to finally execute a play that you called out of a timeout. And on top of that, like, the Celtics just was not playing hard enough. Celtics only play hard in spurts. They don't play hard for 24 minutes in the first half. And that's why the Heat are able to come back in the second half, because the Celtics don't know how to play hard for at least 24 minutes. At least. Because if they were able to hold on to even build upon that 12-point lead they had in the first half, in the second half, at least in the third quarter, they could have knocked out the Heat within the first 3 to 6 minutes of the fourth and forced the Heat to have to sit out their starters. But no, they did not do so. And then let's talk about the Heat's bench too. Before we talk about the rest of the Celtics, let's talk about the Heat's bench. To start it off, Caleb Martin, what a game, bro. 25 points off the bench. I mean, he comes out in the first half, and the Celtics could not stop him, and they didn't have an answer for him. And to be honest with you, I expected Caleb Martin to have a game like this only because during the Knicks series, he was starting to go off. He was starting to, like, actually get his shots to fall, and I remember thinking to myself, the Knicks are not really just losing to Jimmy Butler. They are losing to Caleb Martin and the rest of the Heat's role players and bench guys. And then you come to this series, and he's giving you 25 points in the game. Most of them came in the first half when the Heat pretty much had no one else going besides Caleb Martin and Duncan Robinson, who, by the way, has not played in a long time. Duncan Robinson was a player that rode the bench this whole time, did not get much PT at all. And yesterday, he scored 15 important points for the Heat. especially on a game where Kevin Love and Kyle Lowry pretty much did not show up. One had a bagel and the other one had a donut. I don't even understand how Kevin Love and Kyle Lowry went from having 13 and I'm pretty sure K Love had like 8 to 10 at least points to having donuts and bagels. I don't get it. Like yesterday, they were like a no go. They could not play. They were not there. I mean, they played them a little bit for defense, but K Love eventually, when he was on the court, Jason Tatum just started abusing that. You know, he's going at him, and then they had to get him out of there, and they put their bench guys in, and their bench guys really showed up. Like I mentioned, Duncan Robinson and Caleb Martin, but the rest of them did their part, especially on defense. And then you go to the starting lineup, and this is like what really hurt the Celtics. You're allowing Bam Adebayo to have a 20-point, pretty much a triple double. He was one assist away from a triple double, and he was killing them on the rebounds. Absolutely killing them. Celtics had no response for him. Al Horford, he's been playing terrible this series. Terrible. He's like not even a factor right now. His shooting is not there. He can't drive it to the basket and dunk. He can't stand in front of Adebayo. He can't stop him. Like he can't give him trouble like how he was doing Joel Embiid. It's like, what can he do? He's pretty much unplayable right now. And then the coaching staff of the Celtics, this is what I didn't like. You finally found something that works, right? You got Malcolm Brogdon and Derek White with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Actually, I don't think Jaylen Brown was playing. Just with Jason Tatum and Robert Williams, and at least in the second quarter, and it was working for you. That's how they went on their 21-2 run. Why put the entire starters back in and take out the two guys that were actually giving you buckets? Why do that? I get if you want to put Jaylen Brown back in, you could do that. But he took them out and put the starters back in. And then by the time that he put Brogdon and Derek White back in the game, they were already cold. And the Celtics lost momentum. I don't understand why you would do that. If I finally found something that works, the most I'm going to do is insert my starter, my second best player on the team into the lineup without taking out the two guys that are giving me buckets right now. I mean, they were hitting 3 after 3 after 3. Malcolm Brogdon was going at Jimmy Butler and making it. He was going at Bam Adebayo and making it. I mean, that was their counter offense to whatever the Heat were doing. And to Caleb Martin's like breakout game. And it felt like the Celtics finally had a chance. And the coaching staff took them out. To me, that was bad coaching. I get it. You want to, ride your starters until they win, pause. But at the same time, if your starter's not doing nothing, then they're not doing nothing. They're not on nothing, bro. Take them out. That's why I like Tom Thibodeau, because he saw Julius Randle, and I'll always bring this up. Julius Randle was not playing good. He sat him out. They won the series. Now, obviously, he didn't sit him out for the entire series, but that one game, he sat him out. He wasn't playing good. Knicks won. That's the thing about coaching, but you can't be worried about, but he's a starter and no, bro. If he's doing good, he's doing good. Especially on the Celtics team, a lot of their bench guys are not bench guys. They're starters on a lot of other teams. They're only bench guys on this team. Like Grant Williams, he is starting on a lot of other teams. Malcolm Brogdon starting on a lot of other teams. Derek White, same. They are starting on a lot of other teams. Why? Because they can provide defense, they can provide scoring, shooting. You know, some of them could play make. And to be honest with you, with all that being said, the Celtics still had a chance. Now let me tell you where the Celtics started losing. In the fourth quarter, right? One, Jason Tatum does not take a single shot. He doesn't have a single field goal in the fourth quarter. He goes into the fourth quarter with 29 points. He ends the game with like 34 points. And those 5 points came from the free throw line. Absolutely disgusting, horrendous, terrible. I don't know why he keeps doing this. You called yourself one of the best players in the world, so play like it. In the fourth quarter, as the best player in the world, some of the best players in the world, you are supposed to take damn near every shot if you're supposed to, if you have to. And if you don't have to, you at least need to take at least 6 to 7 shots in that fourth quarter. And you're not supposed to turn over the ball 3 times in the same possession. But where they really started losing was when Grant Williams made a 3. I think it was his first 3 of the game. And he started talking crazy to Jimmy Butler. And that's when I was like, oh, it's over. It's done. Like, this is over. He talked crazy to the wrong person. You should have spoke crazy to Caleb Martin, not Jimmy Butler. Because then Jimmy Butler came down, got an N1 right on Grant Williams. Came back down again, scored on Grant Williams again. Now you got Jimmy going. Now he scored like 4 buckets in a row for the Heat. And now he's getting steals. Now he's picking out pockets. Now he got his hand in the cookie jar and it's over. It's over at that point. Some people you just don't want to piss off. You're only up by 10, which is a lot, but it's not a lot at the same time. I believe it's like 2 or 3 minutes left. 10 points in 3 minutes, that is not like a huge lead. Just shut the hell up, keep playing basketball. Because you know that your 2 stars, your best players, they have a habit for turning over the ball when it matters the most. It's like they're scared of the moment. But anyways, that's enough of me rambling, chatting. It's time for you. Let me know, try that down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Real Talk with Ian. It's time to leave the locker room. I'm going to catch ya. Safety.
Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
The officials have to review it. And the Lakers win the game. Banks it in. He banks in the 3 to win it. Good.
That's why he's NBA All-Defensive Team. Adebayo, sky high with the block and rejection.
This is for the win. Got it. Wow.
At 7, working against Butler, got down.